This is our paranormal podcast because this is our paranormal community, and we want to support you here on RU Media Network. We are proud to be sponsored by the Haunted Hinsdale House in Hinsdale, New York. Here are your hosts, Brian Mersall and Sean Gilmore.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our paranormal on this fabulous Wednesday. Such a crazy week. Everybody, I'm sure, is having. How you doing, Brian?
Good. How are you, Sean?
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling good. We have an awesome guest this week.
Yes, we do.
It's Amanda Lewis. She has a new podcast coming up on RU Media Network, and we're going to talk a lot about that here in a minute. But first, I got to say something. With everything that's going on right now, I got to say something. I know who won.
Oh, no. I've heard.
You heard?
Yeah,
I know who won.
I have
won.
a feeling.
I won.
Oh, you did. Well, I guess maybe we're not screwed after all.
Uh-oh. So, but except that my computer is like completely, I have not responding going across my window right now.
What in the world?
I don't know. This is not good.
Well, I see people are liking the video. I don't know why it's not saying not responding.
For me, it shows it. It says not responding. How do I fix this? It's like a pasty white. It won't let me select the. Oh,
you see, you jinxed yourself because you said you won.
I know. It's my fault. I seriously, I can't see anything. But hey, everybody else can see me. I mean, I could just, I don't know what's going on.
I see people are liking the.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
I can't share. I can't. Oh, yay.
No, that's not good.
I can't, like, all I have is a spinning wheel. It says Google Chrome not responding. And it's just, I got the wheel of death going here.
Oh, boy.
Okay, guys, this is what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to leave and come back. I don't have any other choice but to close my windows. It's not going to.
Yeah, if it's giving you issues, you're going to have to.
So, guys, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in a second.
All right, Amanda, for anyone who doesn't know a single thing about you, is interested or curious about the paranormal, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, where do I begin? Well, I guess for anybody that is not sure who I am or has just heard my name through the grapevine, me and my boyfriend and co-founder of SKAR Encounters, we basically formed our paranormal team. It was in about April of last year. Started off where it just was a group of 4 people that were friends, and we all just went to Kosciuszko County Jail together. At that time, we didn't have much of equipment or anything going on, but at the time, one of our friends introduced us to it because he's already been in the field before, and we're really curious about it. Wanted to give it a shot, see what it's all about. So as you know, when you watch those paranormal shows, you're kind of sitting back like, what's real and what isn't, you know? You want to kind of get that experience on your own. So, we went there and we had a really good time, had some experiences that happened. And I just feel like ever since then, I became addicted to the paranormal, wanted to continue doing it. So we formed a team. We booked a couple of different places throughout last year and this year. We had team members that kind of came and go. Would come and go, and as of, I don't even know how long it's been now. I think it's been like maybe 2 or 3 months now. We downsized to being now just a paranormal duo. So it is just Scott and I. I've explained to people in the past, no bad blood with our ex-members. We all just kind of took different directions. They have a different team now. And now that it's just Scott and I, our goal is to be able to start filming. Hopefully we're going to start with a documentary by next year. We have different ideas going on. And just being able to actually investigate and meet new faces in the field or existing faces that we've already met and worked with. We really enjoy doing that. We just want to have a good time, get the experiences, even if it's like personal, experiences. We're not really out here to try to prove a point to anybody. It's more of us just being able to do this for ourselves and be able to enjoy it.
I love that. And a lot of people think like just because you start a group and you decide to, even form like two different groups or just go your separate ways, it doesn't have to be any like drama filled or anything.
Yeah.
I was part of like a college group, and that kind of got dissolved and everything. And of course, if you graduated, you graduated. And that was almost like a jumping off point to where you could start your own group, join a different group. And I think that's really cool. So it was just you and 3 other people?
Let's see. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to think. I know when we first started, it was me, him, and 2 other people. Mm-hmm. And then months into it, just, people kind of grew out of or had different things going on in their personal lives. They kind of went their separate ways from the team. We obtained new members. So I know as far as like this year, the amount of members that we did have for a couple of months was, I think, a total of 7 people. We went to quite a bit of places this year, to the point of just being exhausted. We had way too much footage and evidence, audio and everything to go through. It was pretty exhausting, but I don't regret it whatsoever. We went to some amazing places, Sweet Spring Sanitarium, Detroit 6th Police Precinct. We went to Madison Seminary. I feel like there's so many places and I can't even think of where they're at, but those were like the big ones that we went to.
And I like how you have like self-awareness with your group, because, some people might like to go there for the history, some for the hard evidence, and some for the personal experiences. But you're more like your mission statement's more personal experiences, as long as we get the answers for ourselves. Because everyone's got their own individual goal. If we can help the whole team reach those goals, that's what's important, not proving that this orb is a ghost or anything, but rather like inside.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I think when people start off going into a paranormal team, you start to really focus on spending all this money on getting equipment and focus on just like trying to film different things and put things together. And sometimes when you do that for ever so long, you start to kind of lose that interest and that drive to really sit back and enjoy your experiences and really take all of it in, rather than like looking through a screen or paying attention to just equipment. It's all about the personal experiences. And I feel the more that we've started to do that, we've been a lot happier. We've been a lot less stressed. Not that I'm going to dog on any founders of paranormal teams, but I give team members and founders a lot of credit, because it is a lot of work, especially for founders. I found myself being stressed out quite a bit. I had probably numerous moments where I just wanted to just drop all of it and be done. We did so many residentials and traveling and just filming and everything, and exhausting, but I try to take things with a grain of salt, and I don't know, just overall we're a lot happier, with it just being Scott and I.
But that's the thing you said. It's when groups stop listening to themselves and start listening to others, start listening to what other groups are doing, start listening to catering towards, other people, having to get evidence to show them, and overworking themselves and burning themselves out, versus working towards what they want to do.
Yeah.
And what they first got into it for.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's nice that you don't have that. Like you're self-aware.
Yeah, for sure. I am one to admit to you that like starting off as a founder of a team, I think when you just dive into it and you're new with it and everything, and you're getting like all this like attention and everything, you get a little bit of a big head. You get cocky about it for a little moment, but then after a while, you're just kind of like, whoa, like I'm just like anybody else.
Yep.
Like, you know, you need to really just kind of think about what you're doing this for and develop, you know, good personal relationships with people and just be in the field for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And, you know, of course, I'm not sitting here dogging on anybody that aims to do this to be on TV or be famous, you know, go for it. I personally don't want to do that, but I'm not going to lie. Scott and I both agreed that, like, if somebody from a, you know, TV show or network came to us and said, hey, we'll pay you to be on, you know, a show, be on a contract, we'd probably do it. But,
you know,
yeah,
I think anybody would do it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
even with like what Ectovision did, we had a lot of our cases on Paranormal Case Files or whatever that show's called, and the team got money, but we decided to donate that money to the locations. They were nice enough to let us use the footage from their locations because we know
Yeah.
that they need the money more than we do. And honestly, I mean, it was a nice little bit of money, but it really wasn't enough money to make like a huge difference in our lives. So.
Yeah.
So yeah. Wait, how did you just commented as Twitch?
Wait, who did?
Brian did.
I don't know. I just said hope everyone's well.
Yeah, no, you did. I'm sorry. So we're tonight is the first night. Like I had IT issues. I had to go. I didn't get to announce this. This is our first night being on Twitch, guys. This is a pretty cool show. Yeah. So there's that. But I think that if anybody was like, I was asked to do Paranormal Survivor or whatever that show was called. I'm really bad at these show names. So I was asked to be on that show. I got not a dime off it, but I went and I did it just because for the fun experience. I didn't do it for the, you know, for the fame. I mean, you don't get famous for like being the investigator. The story's not even about you. It's about the client.
Right.
So, but it's still like if someone comes to you and says, hey, you want to do this? You're like, yeah. Even if a good friend of mine comes to me and says, or anybody is making a documentary, hey, you want to help me out with this? Yeah, I'll help you out just because I want to help out. And so I think I very rarely say no unless my schedule doesn't allow it. It's fun. It's what we did, right? It's all part of supporting the community and getting the word out, right?
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
So real quick, I'm glad that I'm not having these issues now. Can I try to do my stupid little bit I was going to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Now it's over. Oh. Anyways, guys, I know who won.
Oh, boy.
Really? Oh, boy. Oh, no, not politics. No, I won. Okay, seriously. So I just had to explain my own joke. I'm like in a really weird mood today, so just don't mind me. So anyways, I'm just like so excited. So like here, I'm just going to play this clip real quick because I did a really cool thing over the weekend, and everybody knows I do the TikTok, right? So here, I'm just going to do this real quick. Hold on. Okay. You guys see it?
Yep.
All right. Oh, I forgot to do the thing though. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, guys. All right. Here we go. I have to click the share audio button on the very small button on the corner. It's like so small. I forget to hit it every single time. Okay. So here we go. Hey, Callie. How many likes for you to draw me an anime tattoo?
10K.
Okay. TikTok, do your thing. All right. So she gave me this crazy number, right? She's like 10K. So my daughter is like a really good artist. Okay. I'm tooting her on because she's awesome. So that video. Okay, so I got her down to 1,000K. We hit 1,000K. That video has gotten over 6,000 views. My normal video gets like 300 views, and that's like a lot. So like this is like such a huge deal. So like I'm like so excited. So she designed me this tattoo. So this is where I won at. This is so cool. This is the tattoo that my 12-year-old daughter drew for me. I just have to put this on blast. Look at that. Can you,
that is awesome.
Cool. Can you see that? That's Luffy, Edward Elric, and Inuyasha. If you're into anime at all, those drawings are so on point. It's so cool. I'm just such a proud dad.
She's talented.
She is.
I had to have my proud dad moment on my podcast.
Oh, no, you go for it. That's awesome.
Not paranormal related, but I wanted to do something fun because I know everybody's all like, who won? So I was be like, hey. But my IT issues ruined that joke. But whatever.
I know before we went live, when you were saying that, I was just like, oh, God, let's not talk about politics before we go live, please.
No, we have a no politics rule.
Yeah.
We don't want to do politics. I mean, I might make like slight, like little, like stupid things like I just did, but it won't be anything direct. It'll just be like, hey, I know who won, but really I don't because I'm doing my podcast and I haven't paid attention to anything in the past like hour. So, yeah, but I know I won. I'm getting that tattoo. I have to pay a lot of money for it, but it's totally worth it. She's 12.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. So.
I was just going to say for everybody that's watching, like I'm able to read your comments and I want to say hello to everybody. I'm trying to leave comments while I'm on here, but it's just staying under RU Media Network. It won't let me like choose myself. So I'm not sure why.
I don't know if you have the ability, but you can click individual ones and say, hello, everyone. There definitely is like 3,000 people here just saying hello and everything.
Yeah, so. I feel usually it shows options, but for some reason it's not showing like on that drop down any options besides being under RU. So, oh well. Hi everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
So yeah, we got a lot of chat going on in our
I know, I'm so happy to see that. I have to see all these faces. So many awesome people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick Real, Steve Brott, he was having fun on the Facebook. So were you. You were like doing that face-off thing.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I was enjoying myself. I found that app a couple of weeks ago and was just like, oh, I need to start using this. You know, we need some laughs going on. You know, there's so much just, you know, between all the drama and the politics and stuff, we needed to have some good laughs in between. So
right.
Why not put my face onto a bunch of different movie and musicians?
Right. So I have to be honest, like today, like I woke up, I totally did not get a lot of sleep last night. And I was just like in an AM mood, like all day. Yeah. And then I got a message from my good friend, John Ward. And he was like, hey, I'm like talking, I'm like working. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then he's like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I am now going to Fairfield Infirmary with John Ward, Hillary Ward, Marcus Hogg, and oh my goodness, she's the one that got the investigation too. I'm such an asshole.
Cheryl.
Yes, Cheryl. Sorry, Cheryl.
I was gonna say I saw Cheryl's name on there too, so I was just like, oh, maybe her.
Oh, it was Cheryl, and I've known Cheryl. I'm just like I said, I'm an asshole, so I'm just like getting excited. Like I literally got I think 3 hours of sleep. I did not sleep well last night. I went to bed.
I was gonna say you do look pretty tired. Not gonna lie.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was watching that colorful map all night. So.
Oh yep, I see. John he put Cheryl Carter. LOL.
Yeah,
but
see, John, like when he was my my co-host before, like he was really good at like finishing my thoughts. So Brian, yeah, get on that. So
I know it's just
that's awesome though. I'm excited for you guys. That's one location that we haven't checked out yet is Fairfield County. I know Adam Kimmel was asking me when are we going to finally check that place out since we've been to Madison at least twice now. So hopefully in the new year we're gonna definitely check it out. We have a lot of different places on the bucket list for sure. And we've been talking to numerous people from all over the states that we're planning on working with. So very excited for what the new year is going to bring.
That is exciting.
That is so cool. I mean, and so I kind of like came in the middle as you were talking about all the stuff that all the places you guys investigated and how you had some big plans for this year.
Yeah.
And real quick, I do kind of want to do this. You have this coming up.
Yes. Super excited.
Cool, right? That's a super cool logo. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
That is awesome.
That is not my work. I suck at making logos, so I actually had to go to a company to ask them to make that for me. But the banner part is what I made. So, but yeah, we basically have had that idea in mind for I feel like it's been at least like a month or so is how long we've had it. And I'm not sure if Joshua Adilla is still watching right now, but it's funny because I added him on Facebook one day, and I believe he was watching me and Scott's SKAR Encounters podcast one weekend. And I think it was like the next day or so, he randomly messaged me and he goes, "Hey, how would you feel about us merging together and like just creating one podcast?" And so I talked to Scott about it. And, you know, I know Scott has his moments where he feels, you know, when we want to have personal time and have, you know, free weekends once in a while and not be doing it where it's always just me and him, I kind of thought, okay, well, why not have 2 more co-hosts with us? So if anybody at any time has an investigation or something with family going on, we still can run the podcast, but have other people on it. And so basically we all kind of went into a group chat, discussed our ideas with everything. We get along really well with Josh. I reached out to Amanda Sutton, which if people aren't familiar with her, she's on a Michigan team called Paranormal XL. She actually now formed a new team. It's kind of like Paranormal XL, but they have different members, and I believe she's the founder of it now, but it's oh my gosh, I'm going to murder it right now. I think it's Dusk to Dawn Paranormal. I had to think about it. Sorry, Amanda, if you're watching. But we investigated with them last year, and she's awesome. Like, I click so well with her, and she's just a very laid back, chill person. I thought she'd be perfect to add as a co-host onto the podcast as well. So we're very excited. We got a bunch of different names that we're going to be having as guests coming up. We got this month currently filled. We're going to be filling more guests into the month of December. So very excited. We'll be starting off with Cindy Harper this Friday.
Nice.
She's the director of historic research at Sweet Springs Sanitarium. Her and I just clicked immediately when I met her in person when we went and investigated there. And I thought, this woman's awesome. Like, we need to get her on the podcast. Of course, we saw her at MadCon. She's awesome. So very much looking forward to having her as being our very first guest.
That's an awesome first guest.
That is so cool.
I kept my word.
You guys are like super like planners. Like, this is insane.
Superstars.
Like you guys go. You have Cindy Harper scheduled. You have like a whole like month like posted and planned. Like I'm like, how are you so organized in your life? I can't. It's awesome.
You know, to be honest with you, it usually never is like that. Like, when it was just me and Scott's podcast, I kind of just impulsively went with it and would like, you know, message people and be like, "Hey, want to be a guest?" And then they'd be part of it. And I just come up with different guests each time and then make a flyer for it. But this time I was like, okay, we have a month and I'm really excited to finally put it out there. So that's when I was just like, screw it. I'm lining up some people. I'm making these flyers. I'm just going to like book it, put it out there, have it sit there, and have it all ready. So that way I'm not going to be super stressed out because we've already been, having investigations and different things going on. I wanted to kind of give myself a little bit of a break there.
Well, definitely. Definitely. I mean, I plan out about like a month in advance. So, yeah. I mean, that's about how as far as I'll go. Brian and I have a rule. Like, it's got to stay fun.
Yeah.
It's got to stay fun. It's got to stay last. Yeah. We don't want that pressure. We don't want to put that pressure on ourselves. We don't want to put that on each other.
Sean keeps talking politics, though. It's a real issue.
I know. I'm so political.
I know with our podcast, we don't want to make people feel like they're, at an interview or to make it like awkward or anything, we stay away from talking about, drama or saying negative things towards or about people. Everybody has their own opinions, but I definitely feel like to keep it professional, stick to positive topics when you're on a podcast. Make people laugh, have a couple of drinks, sit back, and even if you get off topic at times, that's okay too. It's all about entertaining each other as well as the viewers is the way that I see it. And like Matt said, dealing with me talking a lot. Thanks, Matt, you jerk.
Welcome, Matt Warner. They normally have their show, Booze and Booze, on at the same time as us. So it's cool.
Oh, really?
Him on here. Yeah. So it's cool to have him watching us tonight. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know the Goose had some family things coming up, and that was our guest. The Goose is my paranormal boss. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that he was supposed to be a guest on there, and then some personal things had happened. So I totally understand that, needing to reschedule and whatnot. I actually talked to him a little bit earlier, and I don't know if he's watching, but he's just like, hey, if you need any guests on your podcast, hit me up. So I was just like, okay, I will be in touch with you, buddy.
Yeah, the only reason why I haven't asked Matt and some of those guys to come on is because, well, their podcast is on at the same time as ours. It's like, well, I can't really ask them. So, oh, Goose in with the Goose. That's right, man. Now they're starting they're starting their stuff in the chat there.
Okay. When it comes to the haircut, for real though, Matt, you need to do this. Grow it out, please. I need to see how awkward that would look on you.
When I was in high school, I had a hair longer than yours.
Oh my gosh, were you like in a band or something?
No, I was just this, grungy goth kid who was lost in a sea of rage.
My brother actually, for the longest time, he was in a band, of course, but he had like this long curly hair, like it was so long, and people always called him Jesus. He straight up looked like Jesus.
I had a lot of friends that were in bands. I was just never good. Like I've never been really good at memorizing things and getting things into the long-term memory. So like I tried to pick up the bass guitar, it didn't work out. And so I ended up trading my bass guitar for two 12-inch subwoofers. This is back in 1990 something, not to age myself too much there. But I had a really nice bass guitar. I traded it for two 12-inch subwoofers, and I would drive around blasting 9 Inch Nails, Tools, Rage Against the Machine, and every once in a while some Snoop Dogg and Bone Thugs and Harmony. I totally just aged myself. But that's why I'm the para dad. So.
You didn't even say Metallica or like Black Sabbath. Were you into those?
Oh, I was into Metallica.
Okay.
Not so much Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath was a little bit before my time. Like I was into like the 90s, like hard rock, grunge, industrial, and then classic rock. Like if it was like 80s, like I didn't really jive to the 80s until I got into like my older, like mid 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I always liked Metallica, Master of Puppets, Kill 'Em All, like all those. Like I always liked that. But for some reason, like all that other stuff, like even like Ozzy Osbourne, like I didn't get into Ozzy until I was past 25.
Which actually, while we're on the topic of that, here's a good question. Have you guys watched Jack Osbourne's show with the Osbournes, the Paranormal? I don't even know what their show's called, but you know what I'm talking about.
So I was like totally bummed because I saw that they did that Halloween special, and I missed the Halloween special. I want to see Ozzy Osbourne and his wife on an investigation. That would be awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to see the same thing. I've always loved their show. They crack me up. I love that they have absolutely no filter when it comes to their household. Like I grew up pretty much with it being just about the same way, so I can relate in that aspect. But I do think it would be entertaining to watch them and see, their thoughts on it for sure.
Yeah. So Dustin says Osbournes Want to Believe. That is the show where they sit around and they watch clips and they talk about their feelings about the clips. What we're talking about is the Halloween special that aired. It's like, I don't remember, something about horror, trip to horror. I don't know, but but they went on a. Jack took them on an investigation, and not Miley, wrong family. The other
Miley Cyrus.
Sister, the other. Sorry, I put Miley Cyrus and Kelly Osbourne in the same like grouping in my brain. So sorry about that. But yeah, so Kelly Osbourne was even in that episode. So I just think that would be cool. It's like the Osbournes come back because my wife loves that kind of crap, and the only one I like to watch of all the reality shows that she likes, it was the Osbournes, and so, they're about to release a series. I guess no, it should just be like one show special. That takes away that to me. That kind of takes away the fun of it, but whatever. I still want to see that Halloween special.
Right? And then you get the people that talk down about Ghost Adventures. I'm the one over here that still watches them, so.
Ghost Adventures is like one of the shows that got me into the paranormal.
Same.
Like 10 years ago. It was them and Paranormal State. Those are the two shows I like to watch the most back then.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that one, to be honest with you. Yeah, that was another one that I'd watch. I know another one that really got me interested, which is another reason why to this day I still really want to go spend the night at the Villisca Axe Murder House. There was that show. Do you remember? I think it was called Scariest Places on Earth.
Yeah.
I used to watch the shit out of that show with my mom when I was a young teenager. And I remember I watched an episode about that murder and I legit had nightmares and had a hard time sleeping that night. And ever since that episode, I just continuously watched paranormal shows. The original Ghost Hunters, I was all about that too. Consistently watched that and Ghost Adventures. And then, that's the funny part too, is like, I've had people ask me if me and Scott already were like in the paranormal field when we first met. We've been together for a little bit over 2 years now. And I'll tell you what, like, absolutely not. Neither one of us talked about paranormal with each other. We were just these normal people that never discussed it. And then it was, I think, about almost a year into the relationship, we just started randomly binge watching Ghost Adventures together. We watched literally every single season.
Nice.
Like almost, it was like every weekend back to back we were watching it. And I think that was when we just kind of sat there and were like, why don't we do this?
Nice.
And that's how we got started.
That's awesome. Like I would watch it religiously and I would record it on my DVR. And then when Nick Groff left, that's honestly when I stopped watching it religiously. And then it would just on my DVR. And when I had some free time, then I would just like put it on and there was nothing else to watch. Yeah. And it just became like less and less. It just kind of lost its flair for me personally. But it has nothing other than I think that I just found interest in other things. And it's nothing against them. I think it's just me kind of going on. Sometimes your taste just kind of changes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I'm not going to go out there and down anything that they do because their show has been on longer for the paranormal, longer than any other show that's out there. Yeah. So many shows have come and gone. since they started. Obviously, they're doing something right, and I think there are some people in the paranormal that make good money, but Zach Baggins is probably the only one that drives a Bentley. I'm not mad at him.
He deserved that. He did earn that.
I want a Bentley. I'm not mad at him. I might be a little bit jealous of his Bentley. I'm not
right.
gonna lie. I want my car to have an umbrella in the door, so I have it, you know. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't know. There's like one show. John Ward mentioned Destination Fear.
Yes.
That show here. He said Destination Fear has been the only show I've been watching lately. Saratoga Homestead episode was awesome. I agree. It was awesome. I love what they do on Destination Fear. They're just the flow. It just seems, I don't know. It's just really entertaining to me. Maybe that's just what it is. Maybe it all just became like redundant. It's like when I was in high school and yes, I'm about to go there. When what was that show on MTV, the House Rules or whatever? I don't know. What was it called again? The
House Rules.
The reality show on MTV. We got 10 teenagers that put them all in the same household. Oh my God. What was it called? My wife watched that stuff. I can't remember. Anyway, someone in the comments will remind me. But it's just like loses its flair just from too much of it, I think. But what's cool is that their show is entertaining and real world. Thank you, Brian. See, somebody up out there.
Somebody remembered. Okay, yeah.
Somebody understands my language. I appreciate that. It's just like I don't know, for other people. But the thing is that the paranormal is so cool, and the way that their shows are, they are entertaining. So it brings in more people to the field. It brings more people who are watching it, who are like you and I are like, hey, I should be doing this. I grew up in a haunted home, and honestly, I was actually watching Paranormal State, where I was like, holy crap, I should be doing this too. I just felt kind of like a calling from that. And it's just, and now here I am. And I never thought I'd be doing documentaries at all. When I did them, man, I can't believe it's been 2 years since I've done that. But it's time for me to do something, guys.
It's a lot of work. It's exhausting.
Oh, it's hard work.
It's probably why Scott and I have not actually put a legit documentary out. I don't know if he's still watching in the comments. He's on his lunch right now, but
nice.
I feel when it's just me and him, doing the work together. I mean, it'll definitely be challenging, but at the same time, I know me and him are go-getters. So our ideas that we have for next year, are going to be great. I see good things happening. Whether we're going to end up on Amazon Prime or not, I don't know. I think the intention is we're probably going to try to put series out there, like on our YouTube channel at least. Because I don't know if anybody even pays attention to our YouTube channel. I barely do. It's not great. Needs a lot of work. But everything else, like our Facebook and Instagram's going great. But yeah, that YouTube channel needs a lot of help. And that's the goal, I think, for us is we want to try going to different locations, trying out different methods of investigating. I know we're really open-minded and we like to learn different methods from other people. And I think that's really important when you are in the field, is to be open-minded and not be closed-minded. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in sticking to what and then just kind of like closing off other people's methods just because, you think a certain way about it. For instance, I will tell you right now, dowsing rods. I used to think that's bullshit. I never wanted to touch dowsing rods, didn't believe in it. I always saw anybody that was using it as just manipulating it. Until I personally ended up getting dowsing rods and put my energy into it and used it for myself. I got great responses from it. It impressed me. So ever since then, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to be a little bit more open-minded than when it comes to dowsing rods and whatever else that I've, been kind of doubting before.
Mm-hmm. Dowsing rods are like, who does like. So I kind of got into the field, and when I got into the field, it ended up like going in spiritual ways. So I was kind of brought in using the dowsing rods. But you know who is phenomenal with the dowsing rods? Hillary Ward. If you ever get a chance to go and do an investigation with her and with her dowsing rods, and it's insane. Like you could feel the energy. It's insane. Like it's like I'm telling you, Hillary. There's a lot more to Hillary than what she knows. And I don't know if she wants it, so I don't know if she's open to it. But I mean, the way that she connects with spirit through those dowsing rods is insane.
Yeah. I was going to say she brought her dowsing rods when we were all in Vermont at Wilson Castle for the event, but I was actually kind of like the guinea pig in the experiment that we were doing. So I was the one sitting in the chair while people were like circled around me and I was tuning in. So I didn't really get to like look up much and look over and see what she was doing. Otherwise I was just going to get distracted with what I was doing. But I have watched Sleepless in Salamanca, and I did see when she was using the rods, and I was really impressed with it. In fact, I think after I watched it and I messaged John and complimented their documentary, I told him like about the dowsing rod thing. I believe I said something to Mike about it too, and I was just like, that's pretty damn impressive. Like that made me start wondering maybe I should try using dowsing rods. So
definitely. I mean, it's really cool when you actually use them and you get that contact. It's just it's an experience. And I'm being an empath and like actually, I don't know. To me, it's just really cool, and to me, it's validating. Validating myself. That's one thing I've always had to work on, and still to this day within myself with being an empath is trusting my instincts and trusting my feelings, even though I know I'm an empath and I know that what my feelings and what I've said have been proven time and time and time again, I still doubt it. And those dowsing rods, for some reason, it's like that little boost that I get for that confirmation. So that's one of the reasons why I really like it.
I actually can completely relate with you because I'm empathic myself, but I still to this day have a little bit of a skeptic side to me, which I think it's good to have that at the same time, because you don't want to like go in every location and believe absolutely everything is paranormal or is always active or you're always going to catch something or see something. You know, it just doesn't happen that way. We all know when we investigate, it's boring as shit sometimes to the point where you almost fall asleep. So we have been to plenty of places where not much happened, but we took it with a grain of salt and we try to think positive and think, you know, hey, we got to take this awesome road trip to such an amazing location with a lot of history to it. You know, that's something alone to be happy about. So we try to just be positive about it and, you know, have moments where you catch some good stuff. And those are the moments that are fucking awesome when that finally happens.
Right. I mean, what's really cool, it's like, we go into places that like a normal person would not go into. We go into old prisons, old hospitals, mental wards, abandoned buildings, and who knows where else we might end up. Yeah. Where like normal people, they don't see that kind of stuff. It's like, to me, like I feel like they're totally missing out. It's like it's like that. It's like that really cool roller coaster at Cedar Point. It's like, what? You haven't been on that? You gotta go check that out.
You know, and that's the thing too. I've got, you know, friends that aren't in the field that will like ask me like, how do you do this stuff? Like, aren't you scared? Or they'll ask all these questions and it's like, you know, I've had moments where I'm scared just like anybody else, or I get nervous, or I'm overthinking things. But I feel like the more that you're doing it, the more that you're open to things and realizing not every spirit is evil, demonic, or out to hurt you or something. Like you got to keep that mindset to keep you from freaking out so much. I used to be a wimp starting out with this stuff. Like I'd be scared doing solo sessions. Nowadays, you could put me in a sanitarium or a prison and I will go and do a solo session. Of course, I will still have a little part of me that's like, oh shit, this is happening. But I'm not nearly as scared anymore. And that's the fun part about it. You know, when you're investigating, is I do I always tell people, I feel like when it comes to spirits, they're a lot like us, living beings, where when you're around a bunch of people, you kind of get worn out being around that. And sometimes your social meter just kind of goes down and you're not really wanting to talk as much, unless if you're drunk or something, of course, then there's the outgoing drunks. But, I like to think of that, that I think that's how spirits are as well, is when there's a bunch of people all in one area asking the same questions that they're used to hearing, or just, the interaction and things going on. They get exhausted, and a lot of times I don't feel like they want to interact as much. So I do feel like it is important to try different methods when you are investigating, do a couple of solo sessions, maybe like downsize it to like 2 or 3 people, try a big group once in a while too, and see, if equipment's going off, things like that. I do think it's really important to try that.
Definitely. You gotta always keep yourself open, right?
For sure. And I mean, of course, you want to protect yourself as well,
Right.
Especially with you being empathic as well. As you know, with us being more on the sensitive side, we are a lot more vulnerable with getting attachments and having things affect us. So I do think it is important to find, that thing that, gives you a form of protection.
Definitely. I find my protection through shielding. Do you do shielding at all?
I have tried it and it has helped me. I know for anybody that knows me, they know, like, I'm not religious by any means. I wouldn't say that I, don't believe in God whatsoever. I'd consider myself more agnostic, if anything, where I'm open to knowing that there could be a God that exists, but I need to have like the proof in front of me type of thing. So for me, I don't look to God or wearing crosses and things of that sort. And, for a while, I actually struggled to try to find something to give me that hope and like, shield for myself when I'm going to places. So I started looking more into protection stones. I started looking more into that sort of thing. And I know I tend to wear like a necklace or a bracelet, at locations that we go to. And that kind of gives me a little bit more of a positive mindset with being protected.
So if there's people that aren't sensitive or aren't an empath, and so they don't have the option to shield or do that, but they want to look for protection stones or protection bracelets, necklaces, where do you go? Like for you, like if someone said, hey, I'm new, just like you, I saw the shows, and 5 of my buddies, we want to make the jump. First off, like the whole question of how do we even get our first investigation, but to prepare for it, what do we do for protection? What would you say?
Well, I know for me, I always typically try to go locally. I'm about to advertise this business that is where we live, and I promise they are not paying me to say this. But Faye's Cabinet, for example, is one place that has a lot of like oddities and protection stones, a bunch of cool stuff. They have sage, things of that sort. And so I say, if anything, try to support local businesses, especially little shops like that do tend to sell things like that. I know a big go-to for me, I always wear black tourmaline. That's one of my favorite ones to wear. And I know, I've been told as well that a lot of people that are empathic do tend to steer towards a lot of black stones, because it's almost, I don't know, it's our thing. Our form of protection is having more of the dark stone against having something that's light, that may be attracting more dark things, while the black things often creates more colorful things, if that makes sense. I wish my friend was here to explain that. She explained it way better than me.
So there's a lot of different stones, crystals, and stuff that you can use. There's a place that I was just introduced to that's local to me called Mama's Rocks. It's probably very similar type of like metaphysical store. they also have other kind of things that, like, I guess we would consider some of them oddities. A lot of things where they have a lot of different for different types of rituals and things. But I wear an Apache tier. Actually, it's actually over there, but to not get up. So I use a lot of that. A black tourmaline Apache tier is actually a black tourmaline. There's a lot of protection and grounding that comes from those. Black kind of, as John Ward said. There's a lot of different things. One of my favorite stones is also amethyst. Yes. There's times like if I know I'm going to a big crowd, I have a amethyst that's like long, it like fits like right in my hand. Yeah. If like someone were to like not know me very well, they might think that like I was gonna like use it, like, because I'll like literally have it in my hand like this as I'm in these big crowds. So I'll tell you what, when I'm in those crowds, like I feel like it's insane. So like a lot of times I need to have that. And so yeah, there's just a lot of different crystals that you can use if you are more connected to the earth. I find I call myself a spiritual Catholic. I have a big problem with organized religion. But I do find myself with a lot of Catholic beliefs. I connect a lot with Archangel Michael, and I ask him for protection and stuff. So I consider myself like a spiritual Catholic, which is like an oxymoron, but it is what it is. That's me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. I think I can vouch for Sky if he's still on here. I think he is the same way. He's Christian, and he's actually got a tattoo on his calf of Saint Michael. So yeah, if he's still on here, he may be able to confirm that he may actually go to him for protection. I'm not entirely sure. Me and him are on different realms when it comes to that sort of thing with religion, but me and him somehow, we work out perfectly together despite being so different in, certain ways, religion being a big one. And my mind just I had a little ADD moment there for a moment, because I was just thinking to myself, oh, you're talking about amethyst. Well, Kenna Hunter, actually at Wilson Castle, she has this big amethyst stone that she gave to me. I don't know if people that were at Wilson Castle are watching this, but when I was part of this Circle of Fear experiment and I opened up just enough, I was being affected a lot to the point where I was in tears, and I did at one point get really overwhelmed and I had to leave the room to go to a different area. So Kenna pulled me, and, she did this protection ritual, and she pulled out an amethyst stone to give to me, and I did actually hold that in my hand the rest of the night, and I felt so much better. I still have it with me, and I think that in the future I'm going to start doing the same thing as you, especially in like more social settings. I'm going to put that in my palm and just kind of like carry it around with me.
Amethyst has so many great traits, and as an empath, it's like just like what, like for me, I just find it evens me out. I don't know. Yeah. But I was on an investigation with Brian and some other people. One guy, he had an experience, and I actually had some black tourmaline in my pocket that I gave him to help him ground and shield himself with. And it seemed to help. And having those stones, it's like, I don't know. There's just something like that just is like giving one gifting it. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like such a great feeling. I was at a concert with my wife, and this woman, and like I just had my back surgery, and I was told that rough emerald was good for like healing and pain. And so I had a rough emerald in my pocket, and I was talking to this woman in front of me, and something just like came over me, like she needs this more than I do. And so I gave it to her, and I explained to her, about my back surgery, and had why, I was giving it to her. I was like, I don't know why. I just feel like you need this too. And she like burst into tears. She had cancer. Yeah. Oh, wow. It's like, wow. And so she really did need it more than I did. Yeah. And so, and it's just like, that just made it like, I don't know. It's just like it's just neat how like nature, like it really is. It shows that connection to me. And And I think it was through nature through the rock. I don't think that, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I sound weird when I say this stuff.
No.
I'm the same way. Trust me. When I tell people certain things, I'm just like, I sound like a nutcase while I'm talking about this. So hopefully people don't think that I'm a nutcase.
Sometimes it's like, I don't get used to it. I try to explain it to people. It's like you live with it every day, but you still don't get used to it. It's like I start talking and I start explaining something, and then I start feeling like I sound like a nutcase. So it's not something like, I don't know. It's like maybe I should just be more confident, just own what I'm saying. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like we're brought up in the society to not really accept this stuff, and it's like such a process to really wrap
I agree.
your head around everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, when I'm around people, it's just, people that aren't in the paranormal field, and people are getting to know me. There's just some that I just don't bother to talk about, like what I do, and that I'm interested in any of this, because I just get that vibe like, oh, they might never talk to me again if I start bringing this up. So, and then you get people where it surprises me, like, I'll have new coworkers that I'm training at my job, and then here I'm assuming that they would not give a crap about the paranormal. And the moment somebody else is like, "Oh yeah, she's a paranormal investigator, by the way," they're like, "What?"
Right.
And then they're all like asking questions and wanting to like get on the page and everything. And that's when I just kind of go all in and tell them about everything. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool. I love being able to talk to people about, places that we've gone to, experiences that we've had and whatnot. I mean, it's been a roller coaster for sure, and anybody that's been in the field can definitely attest to that, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
Definitely. Yeah. It's cool. Like every time I go get my haircut, you're that guy that does the ghost stuff. I'm like, yeah. And so like we sit there and we talk. It's great. I get my haircut and we talk about paranormal. Like I'll be gone. Like I work from home, so like I let my hair go a lot. So that's why I wear a hat a lot, because I don't like leave the house a lot. So like I go get my hair cut. Like it's been like a month and a half since I went there. They're like, still, hey, you're that ghost guy every time. I mean, it's always a fun conversation because I get to talk about the paranormal to people who don't normally do it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I find myself talking probably a little bit too much with people that like don't do this. And I have to catch myself sometimes like, oh shit, like I don't want them to think, different of me for talking about this so freaking much. But, you just, when you love something, you can't help it. When you get talking about it, sometimes it's hard to stop talking.
That's the truth. When I first got into paranormal, like I knew I wanted to do it. This is the path I was going down. I got baptized, I got cleansed, I was ready to go. I was like all spiritually ready. And I go to my friends after a night at the bar. And I'm like, and actually freaking Ghost Adventures was on TV. I'm like, guys, we should totally do this. And they all literally turned around and looked at me like I was the craziest motherfucker like ever. I'm like, no, seriously, guys, like we could go and like actually help people. And they're like, no, it's a hard pass. No way. And I'm like, look, what the heck? So like a week or two later, like I just started finding different events and things, and I got myself in there, and I went, and the thing is, what's really weird about it is a lot of people stopped talking to me since I got into the paranormal. So I don't know, but you know what? Really, it's their loss, because I mean, what they can go live their little as my daughter says, their normie lives.
I love that.
Yeah, they're all of her they call themselves weebs. She's like, yeah, all of us weebs, we don't hang out with normie. You watch normie TV shows. I listen to old man music and watch normie TV shows. Unless I'm watching anime with her, then but still, it's funny. But yeah, normies, I like that. Brian, you're a normie, except you do paranormal, so you're not that normie.
Thank you.
It's funny too, because like I have a 7-year-old. She's going to be 8 in December, and not all parents would probably agree with me on like the things that I allow her to watch sometimes, but I'm one of those parents that I want her to like not be surprised by the reality of how our world is. I don't want to shelter her. And personally, I cuss like a sailor in front of her all the time, and she never once cusses. She just knows better. She's a smart little girl. Well, I have her watch those famous urban explorer YouTuber guys like Sam and Colby and Elton from TFIL. Not sure if you heard of those people.
I had a TikToker tell me to check out Sam and Kobe.
They are entertaining. They used to actually do a lot of exploring at haunted locations with Elton from TFIL. Just recently, actually, somebody in the paranormal field. She was at Wilson Castle, and oh my God, I can't think for life of me. I think her name was Eva. I could be wrong, but she actually was at the USS Salem, I believe, the haunted ship that's over there.
Oh yeah.
And lo and behold, literally just the other night, I had my daughter watching a new episode of TFIL. It said, "Oh, we're checking out a haunted ship." Clicked on it. She pulled up. They were talking with her and interviewing her. And Scott goes, "We were just at Wilson Castle with her." And I'm like, "No shit." And I looked at it, I was like, sure enough, that's fucking awesome. Because she posted like the link on her page, and yeah, she tagged Elton and his crew, and I was like, that's what's up. That's pretty awesome. I would love to be able to investigate with him. I think he's really entertaining. So that's why I allow my daughter to watch it, because they are entertaining. You know, they go to and do cool they go to cool places, and sometimes they have potty mouths and talk about some inappropriate things once in a while. If they get a little bit much, I'm like, okay, kid, change channel. Right. But no, they're definitely I think they're worth checking out. I do think it's important too, when you have kids and you're in the field, to teach them not to be scared of the paranormal, not to watch these movies and be scared of this sort of thing, And then also, I think it's important to teach them not to be closed-minded about it,
Yeah.
Because people have their own opinions. There are people out there that do not believe in spirits whatsoever. They avoid the topic like it's a plague, and they don't want their children to have any part of it whatsoever. But that's just not how I see things with my daughter. I want her to observe what me and Scott do, and I want her to, be open-minded about it, and, kind of determine her own beliefs. I'm not going to control what she believes and what she doesn't believe, but she definitely, from the get-go, has been a big supporter of us, and she's consistently asking when she's going to be a part of our paranormal team. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
I think that it's like every kid is different, right?
Yeah.
Like, so there's some kids that are going to go and act out what they see on the TV, right? So that kid probably shouldn't be watching a lot of violent stuff. Yeah. Because he's going to go out and he's going to act out and he's going to do this and do that. So it's just a matter of, your kid. You trust them to make the right choices. They show you they're going to make the right choices. You're the parent. It's your call. That's the way I kind of feel about all that. And same with like investigating. The thing is that like a challenge that I have is my wife she's not into it. She totally 100% supports me. She wants nothing to do with it though. She's like, yeah, go have your fun, do your thing, whatever. Don't bring anything home. And that's like, like I got these chairs. Like, dude, these chairs are to me, they're beautiful chairs. They're really old chairs. And I thought they're really cool. I got them for free on Facebook Marketplace. Like, that's
where it's at.
Right? I mean, they're in great condition. Like this person, I don't know if they're trying to just like make more space or whatever. But they're just like two like table chairs. And well, I got a weird feeling from them, and I started to do like a little session. And then the equipment started to go off. And so then I did a Facebook Live. I got a really good EVP. I was like, okay. But my wife, it's not anything like negative though. But my wife was just like, you're not bringing that in my house. I'm like, it's not anything like negative. We have a woman that lives in our house. I'm not kicking her out. So, I mean, I don't know. My kids, it's another weird thing. Like my son, he's just like, yeah, whatever. My oldest daughter, she's scared of it. I try to talk to her and I teach her about Archangel Michael and all that stuff. But she also had an experience when she was younger that that was before I got into the paranormal. One of the reasons why I got into the paranormal. So maybe that has something to do with it. But she had a pretty, when she was really young, she had her, she basically got up, she like sat up and started talking to somebody in her room who wasn't there. And she was like saying, no, I don't want to do that. That's mean. I'm not going to do that. And then as soon as I called her name, she turned, she looked at me, she gave me a really weird look. And then she just laid down to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
It was really weird. And so then I did my first ever EVP session. And I got a digital recording app on my phone. And I asked if someone was messing with my daughter. Class A EVP, yes. I was like, oh, hell no. So that's when I got that house cleansed. And then next thing I knew, like a month later, I was investigating the paranormal and getting rid of that shit.
Yeah.
So there are people that are tapping out for the night already. We definitely appreciate your guys' support and coming in and everything. But you guys are going to miss like my favorite part of the show. You know what part that is? I don't know if Brian's ready for it, but I'm bringing it up.
I'm always ready.
You're always ready?
Always ready.
Let's do it.
There are actually so many backgrounds. I was trying to find it.
Oh, it's in the video. So if you go to video clips in the middle.
Oh, look at. Oh, I accidentally clicked Shawn. I clicked your face. What did I do?
No, that's from when I was on that Paranormal Survivor show. Why is that even there?
I don't know.
Oh,
okay.
Look at me. I'm special.
Okay. How do we switch it off? What was our original background?
I don't know. You can do any background. It doesn't matter.
All right. Fantastic.
Oh,
okay.
Put it back to that.
No, you clicked it, and then I clicked it right after. All right.
Amanda.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Are you excited?
Yes.
This is the portion of the podcast where we do a lucky number 13 rapid fire questions. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let me, and we call it Into the Abyss. You're about to go into the abyss. A little solo format. Okay. Are you ready? Can you hear me A-okay?
Yep, sure can.
Fantastic. All right. So we're going to do 13 fast fire questions. You can go ahead and answer them as thorough and as fast as possible. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's begin. What's the most haunted location you've ever been to?
The Detroit 6th Police Precinct.
Who's your favorite person to investigate with and why?
My other half, Scott, because not only is he my boyfriend and a wonderful human being, but he is probably the best investigator that I could ask for to work beside.
Ooh. How do you prevent the burnout of too much evidence review?
That's a good one. I guess take more naps. And if you have to take a couple of days from doing it, give yourself a little bit more time so you don't get burnout from it.
Wise words. All right. What's your favorite pre-investigation meal?
Oh, man, I eat too much junk food. Probably going to get a laugh out of this one. Taco Bell. I know that is a bad one to do, but Taco Bell.
I don't know if that's the same effect on you as other people.
Sometimes.
Love Taco Bell.
You are a gambling person. What is the coolest design you've ever had on your nails?
Oh, the coolest design. You know what? I'm kind of boring, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Every time I get my nails done, I usually just get like solid colors. I don't do anything special. I have done the cat eyes nails is what it's called. It's kind of hard to explain, but it almost looks like two-tone type of color with like a little strip in the middle. Okay. And it kind of changes colors in certain lightings. That's probably the coolest that I've done.
Very cool. What is your most sentimental tattoo and why?
It is, let's see, it's super faded. I need it fixed, but if you can see it, it's my quarter sleeve tattoo. It's a stuffed giraffe that my daughter has had ever since she was a newborn. It's got a mandala behind it, and down here has her name, Misha. I got it done, I think, a couple months after I had her, and I'd say that's probably my most sentimental tattoo.
That is so nice. All right, to switch it up, it's paranormal confession time. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done on an investigation?
Oh boy. Oh gosh, that's a tough one. Because I feel like I do a lot of embarrassing things besides like fart a lot.
Besides the Taco Bell farts, yep. Mm-hmm.
I do that a lot. I feel like there's probably been a point in time where I have tripped going up some stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure that's probably happened. I guarantee actually that happened when I was at Sweet Spring Sanitarium, but I think during some moments when I did that, I was by myself.
Mm.
Yeah, that's all I can really think of at the moment.
I got you. All right, what's the coolest thing you've caught during evidence review?
I would say probably hands down is at the Detroit 6th Police Precinct a couple months back. One of the jail cell areas, me and Scott were sitting in there doing an EVP session.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we were going through our EVPs, when we got home, Scott, being the skeptic, looks over at me and is in complete shock and is amazed. We listened to it and we caught a full sentence for the very first time. Basically, you hear me ask a spirit if they can set the K2 meter off. And within seconds after I asked that, you hear a spirit, like it's talking to another spirit saying, make this go off. And it like whispered it, but it sounded really close. And then you hear me seconds later get really excited and go, oh my God, look, the K2 meter is lighting up. So hands down was the best EVP that we've gotten.
That is cool. But Amanda, listen, we need to cut the BS. What is with the Ouija board on the wall back there? What's going on here?
I don't know if he's on here watching still, but Steve brought from Haunted Nights when we were at MadCon. He was selling that along with his famous stickers. Before we left MadCon, Scott actually felt bad and he went up to his table and was like, look, man, I'm going to buy your Ouija board. How much do you want it? I honestly don't know how much he paid for it, but we got it from him.
Gotcha. There's like an elf on the shelf. I thought you were going to do something clever with the planchette or something for Christmas or something.
Oh, no. It's purely for looks.
Okay, good. Hey, what's the one location you've never been to but always wanted to go?
Oh, this is one that I've been wanting to go to, but I don't think you can legally even have access to go to it. Yeah, that was my cat apparently making a bunch of noise. I have earbuds in, so I can't hear her.
We hear it. Don't worry.
But Poveglia Island in Italy is hands down a spot that I would love to check out.
Very good.
I think that one and oh my God, there's so many out there. I'm just going to have to go with that because if I start saying other ones, I'm just going to go on forever.
But that's a good one. So now we got someone who has always wanted to start a paranormal podcast, but hasn't yet. So what's the best tip you can give someone that's going to make that jump and start their own paranormal podcast?
I would say basically try to build up relationships with others in the field. So that way you not only are supporting others in the field and what they do, but you also get support back from people. That way it'll kind of help build your podcast for one. Join a bunch of paranormal groups and different networks so that way you can share your podcast around. Most importantly, when you are on a podcast, make it fun for people. Don't make it boring. Don't make it just seem like it's an interview. Get off topic, have a good time with them. Ask a lot of interesting off the wall questions like what you guys are doing to me pretty much. Makes it more fun.
Now, now this question kind of bleeds into that one, but when you were bragging about being 8 months ahead in booking and everything like that, there were a ton of people in the comments that were amazed. So what's the real secret to getting such fantastic guests and great organization on your podcast? What's the secret?
You know what? I tell people that I've had people go and ask me the same thing, and I will just say, like, honestly, a lot of it, you just have to do a lot of social networking.
Mm-hmm.
Social networking is very important. And by social networking, it's not being about yourself. You're not going to get anywhere by making things about yourself and not supporting anybody else. So it is very important to get to know other people on a personal level, show support to them, and the good people will be returning that back to you.
Very good. Now this is number 13. It's the last one. Besides your senses, which is a cop out, what's the 3 most important piece of equipment during an investigation?
I'd say keep it simple. You definitely want to just have your basic recorder with you.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we have about 3 or 4 of these $40 Sony recorders.
Yep.
They work
Mm-hmm.
just great.
Yes.
We caught ours full sentence EVP off of it,
Yeah.
I would say that. And if you're not using like a digital camera with, your night vision and some good IR lighting to it, then IR night vision GoPros is another one.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if you can, or if you're missing something when you're out and about, at a location, you may be able to catch it on video. And I personally am a fan of trigger objects. I love using the cat balls. You see them everywhere anymore. They're very affordable. I feel like they have a good use to them. I've seen activity that I cannot explain going off with them at times, and then randomly just like not going off at all. So I think that's a good one for people to kind of look into, since equipment can get really pricey.
Yeah. Well, all right. Listen, you survived and got out of the abyss.
Yeah.
But I mean, coupled with the static or just like the regular IR cams.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a nice static cam, and you never want to have a naked static cam. Okay.
Yeah.
People just stick it in hallways, and those are just naked. You need to put some trigger objects, some cat toys, something, right? Love my cat balls. Stick some cat balls in there. See, everyone loves them.
Everybody loves the balls.
And they're affordable, and that's one of the best things about the equipment that you were talking about. You can get nice, low-end IR video
cat balls.
Cat balls, audio recorders, but like all cat balls are high-end. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what? Honestly, as far as a digital recorder, I have an old Samsung Galaxy. I think it's like a 6, like a really old one.
Yeah.
I sometimes use that just for a digital recorder. I have the first digital recorder I ever bought was $30. I got on some discount website, and like you said, Amanda, I've gotten some of the best EVPs ever on that thing.
Yeah.
And we are turning cat balls into a hashtag, by the way.
Maybe I should have used a different terminology. That's just what came to mind, and now it just sounds wrong.
No, that's okay. Everybody loves to play with balls. So, I mean, even Chef from South Park, he had a song about chocolate salt balls. So, I love trigger objects too. Hence the parapooch behind me. I've always been. That's the key. It's like, how are we going to get the interaction and the communication from spirit? And a lot of times, a lot of the equipment we use, it's like, it's really like, if you're a spirit from the 1700s, 1800s, even if you're from the 1950s, a REM pod is just gonna be like, what the hell is that? That's stupid. I'm not gonna touch that. That's stupid.
Yeah.
So
you know what they do want to touch? Cat balls. You heard it.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm reading all these comments right now. Oh my gosh.
my balls in a jar in the refrigerator.
Listen, if that's not paranormal, I don't know what.
Oh, Nick's comment. Cat balls, that would make a good name for a new paranormal podcast show. Where's my pen and paper?
Cat balls.
I gave you an idea. You're welcome.
Hey, a lot of ideas come from this show, so I don't.
Oh man, that's awesome.
You're welcome. Put Amanda in the credits somewhere, or just like put her face somewhere in the logo where you zoom in on the logo, and there's her face somewhere.
Make sure you add hashtag SKAR Encounters because people say our name wrong more than half the time. That's okay though.
So
yeah, we talked a whole bunch about your beginning and everything, but at least for like the ending part of the podcast, we definitely want to be talking about the ventures that you're working on currently. You said you said 2021's your year. You're going to do a whole bunch of different brand new adventures, and we're all excited for it. So what's going on?
So, I mean, aside from Scott and I thinking of ideas to put, a documentary together of different locations, we've been discussing collaborating with different paranormal teams and independent investigators. I know one big one that we are going to try to end up being a part of is going to be with Chicks and Spirits. I'm very good friends with Heather Childers, and she for a while has been wanting to book Waverly Hills Asylum with us and a couple of other people. Ooh. So we have that on the mind, definitely, and it will be me and Scott's first time being at Waverly Hills, so I'm really excited for that one. Another one that I will think of is, like I said, definitely Fairfield County Infirmary. We want to check that one out. I know we've discussed things with Dan at MadCon about going to the Hinsdale House. We are good friends with Ryan Seymour and his fiance, Alex. And we are thinking about going to St. Albans Sanitarium. Oh my God, there's like so many different ones on the list. I know we want to head south too. We've talked with the guys from Gateway Paranormal about investigating down south with them at Halesbard Dam or Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. That's another one to throw out there.
Oh, I want to go there.
I know I hear so many things about that one. I'm excited. That's definitely one that I'm going to make happen for sure. I know after we met Kenna at Wilson Castle, me and her just hit it off and we clicked so well. And she was talking about her Paracon event in Savannah, Georgia in February. And she really wants me and Scott to be able to be a part of that. I know Matt Warner is going to be going too. So we are looking into getting plane tickets and being a part of that in February. So I feel like are going to have a very busy schedule that will also make us probably go broke, but we're going to be happy doing it. So
now that's the nugget, right? For all the people that have small groups, that's the nugget right there. It's learning how to leverage connections. It's, those crazy goals and like you and, maybe like your small group around the campfire saying, wouldn't it be cool if we went to a haunted location in every single state? Yeah. But like we're a small group, maybe we don't have 10 to rent out the place. It's going to be hard for travel and everything. But like what you're saying is if you could just network, if you could just put the work in and get to understand those groups, you can seriously link up with them, have great events, and that kind of shifts the cost and you have tremendous leverage. And then you get to go all around the US or any islands that you want to go to or any other countries and whatnot. But so
for
cool.
Sure. I enjoy it. I mean, I know some people out there that don't really understand how social networking works. I'm not even throwing names out there. It's just random comments I've seen in groups before where somebody has pointed out, oh, they're just doing this so they can save money or having a bunch of people with them to save money. It's like, that's not a bad thing though, because everybody is benefiting from it and you're all enjoying, doing this together. So
it's also got to be something with your job too. Like if you don't learn those transferable skills, you're at such a disadvantage in the paranormal field. Like how to connect with people, how to,
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
sorry, I cut you off there, but
No, you're good.
But you know what? There is one location that you brought up, and actually, they are a sponsor of ours, and it is the Hinsdale House. Guys, they're looking for help. They want your teams. They came up with this awesome poster here to help your team see the value in helping this historical location. Please have your team go to the Patreon page for the Hinsdale House and help. Even just $1 a month helps. So please, guys, go find the Hinsdale House. Find them on the Facebook. Find them on their Patreon page, and please help them out because Dan helps everybody out. He's a good guy. And we like the Hinsdale House. All right, that's my thing.
Awesome.
And I lost my ticker. Yeah, I feel like. Ooh, Goose said he fell asleep at Waverly. Very hard to investigate.
Yeah, I've heard different opinions about that place. I've heard some people say that it was super quiet, didn't have much going on. And then other people have said it's been really active. I don't know if that is a current thing anymore that's going on, but I've also had people say that they used to, I believe, have workers there that faked evidence and were caught doing that. But I don't know how long ago that was when that was the case. So
oh, wow.
Hopefully that was like years ago and not like current or anything, because I definitely want to be able to check it out and not have anybody ruining any potential evidence going on.
I think, even if, so you go to these places, like I went to OSR once and got absolutely nothing. It's OSR. Yeah. That place is crazy, right? That's just the way that those places are. Just because you go to a location one time and you don't have anything crazy happen doesn't mean that the place isn't haunted. It just means that you're there for a quiet night for the location. So, but at least those people that, if they were faking evidence, at least they were caught, and at least you can have confidence that a place like that, you would hope, would really be really cautious about that. Yeah,
for sure.
Because they've already gotten in trouble for that before.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but like me personally, I like going to locations that aren't like investigated a lot. Those like really popular, like I'll go to those just because you got to get them off your list, right? You got your, but I like going to those places that aren't as heavily investigated,
like a hole in the wall type of place.
yeah, but also like when I was going to bars, I like to go into dive bars too. So maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a dive bar type of guy.
Sean likes to crawl in the hole in the walls. Sean and I just had an investigation, and there were like tunnels, legit, like underneath this haunted school, and Sean's crawling around. There's centipedes. There's his old body's breaking or whatever he was saying. Oh, it was great.
No, my knees. So we were crawling.
His knees.
We're crawling on this concrete tunnel. And mind you, like I have a bad back. Okay, I don't want to complain too much, but whatever. Too late. Dude, my knees hurt so bad. I'm like, I don't understand how people are on their knees so much. So
because of cat balls.
Because of cat balls. So, but yeah, that was the thing is that this was an active school, and my problem wasn't like being in a confined space. My problem was more like I didn't know what I was putting my hands into.
This is definitely terrible. Wait, I gotta see.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know if.
Are you showing us nudes or something?
No. This is me in the tunnel.
Oh, look at you.
This is nudes. Yeah, you're on to me, man. I don't know, like, there are the nudes. I don't know if I'm doing this.
I don't know because I'm seeing you.
Look,
there we go.
There I am. Literally me in the tunnel.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Goose says for me to stop playing up TikTok dancing. Okay, so like before the podcast on Facebook, I posted a video of me doing this like little like hop dancing. That's me dancing. I don't do any more dancing moves than that. Like if I'm at a wedding, a bar mitzvah, whatever type of party it is, I'm the guy that's sitting there at the table, sipping on my beverage and laughing at the people dancing. I'm enjoying watching the people dance. So I'm not, that's not like, I've never been like a dancer. Like,
Did you see the one that I posted a couple of days ago on my Facebook? It was the very first TikTok of myself dancing, and I had I had these sweatpants on, and I put them like up to my stomach, and my whole like butt crack was just all there. It was a mess. I can't dance, but I just did it for shits and giggles.
You're on TikTok?
Yeah, I am.
Uh-oh.
Did you do it like on your Facebook?
Yeah, like if you go on like my personal Facebook, which you'll probably find that I have 2 accounts. I can't get into the first one, so
All I'm seeing I'm seeing ugly SpongeBob. There's like a sponge. I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta figure this out. Okay.
I was gonna say, if you keep scrolling down, it's somewhere in there, or if you just look on my TikTok. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember what my TikTok
I got kicked out of TikTok on my computers. My computer's being so stupid right now. So hold on, let me see if I can find it.
This is the weird shit I see on TikTok.
You know, Brian, you can share videos from on your computer too.
I'm gonna have to figure this out. Listen, I just went down a very, very deep dark hole on Amanda's Facebook.
Oh yeah, you're going to. You'll enjoy
Give
it.
me
though.
Neutron. Oh my Neutron, what's going on? Oh my God, Franklin.
This is a spider.
Oh my good.
What is that?
All right.
Spider? Is that your spider TikTok?
I had to stop, guys.
Oh no, that wasn't my TikTok. I actually had about 4 people, including my mom, all alone tonight, ask me if I killed the spider yet. And I had to tell all of them, like, that's not my TikTok. I shared somebody else's.
Nice.
But if you are curious to see my messed up dancing video, if you can't find it like on my personal, my TikTok, I think I have it. It's Amanda. So it's like Amanda, like AMANDUHHH 89.
AMAND.
Yeah, and then UHHH 89.
89.
Then you'll see. I think that was like my latest one, possibly.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm already following you.
Would you look at that?
See, I support my fellow investigators.
I can't get on TikTok. It would
It's
just be the death of me.
You'll be on it
I
for
know.
hours, trust me.
I know.
Well, the thing is that so now I finally got to like 1,000 followers, so I can do lives. So like I think that, I don't know, like TikTok needs more. Like TikTok is like always just like somebody like sitting in front of the screen. I'm like, TikTok needs people doing investigations. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna bring TikTok to Randolph County Infirmary. I don't know. We'll see. But the thing is, what sucks about doing TikTok live is it doesn't save the video. So it's like once it's gone,
Oh yeah.
it's really stupid.
True. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, that's another one that I forgot to bring up was Randolph County. We have yet to be there yet. That's like one of the closest locations besides the Monroe House for us. I don't know why we haven't really checked it out, but
I know why you haven't checked it out. You got to wait for something else to happen before you go back there. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, I know. I think, yep. I'm picking up what you're dropping. I really am. And yeah, you are right. That actually is one of the reasons that I am kind of waiting at the same time, because I definitely want to show my full support for Adam Kimmel hands down.
For sure. And I did say Randolph County Infirmary just because I was flipping through Ectovision's YouTube channel, and that's what was up there. And I did not mean Randolph. I meant Fairfield, because I'm going there on Saturday to do a live TikTok.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
Oh, dude, it's just such a great group of people. And Marcus Hogg, like, he's always just like a ton of energy.
Oh, he's awesome. I love him. Like, honestly, like, I was bummed to hear that he wasn't going to Wilson Castle that weekend when we stayed at, like, the B&B. I was asking if he was going to go and found out he wasn't. I'm like, oh, dang it. Because we got to meet him in person for the first time when we were at MadCon, and he's an awesome dude.
What is this? Is this the dance you're talking about? With your
God, did you find it?
The one with your sweatpants pulled up?
Yeah.
That's cringy.
Are you going to pull it up?
Oh.
You have to pull it up. We've been waiting this whole time.
Okay.
Come on, we got 10 viewers. They need to see it. They probably already did, though.
All right. So, okay. All right. Share audio. I have to always remember to click that share audio. That's important.
This is the kind of warning you need when you go down Amanda's Facebook rabbit hole.
For real.
Oh, wait.
Your childhood will be ruined.
Wait, this is the wrong. I did the wrong one. That's something I'm going to share later. Remove. Sorry. I have 2 Facebooks open, so I can do that. Watch, I'm going to open the same one again because I'm smart. Share audio. I always forget every time. See, I opened the same one again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this window and I'm just going to take that and minimize that, and then hopefully that'll make it easier to remove that. And then, okay, I'm going to get it right this time. Yeah. Haha! That outfit just says,
Oh my god, that's the cat paws. That's the cat paws, guys.
You like my Labyrinth shirt? That's my favorite movie ever.
That's a great movie.
What the heck is that?
The Labyrinth.
Oh my god, Jim Henson's Labyrinth. You never heard of it?
No.
It's the best.
You've never seen The Labyrinth? David Bowie?
David Bowie, that's like the music you guys were talking about earlier, like the hard rock. Yeah?
For sure.
Nice. Staying relevant. At my finest.
You ever watched The Dark Crystal?
That's a good one. I like that one too.
That's like the AC/DC song.
They just came out with The Dark Crystal, the new series last year on Netflix. You didn't watch that? Dark Crystal?
Are you just gonna keep the video up that shows the cat the whole time? There we go. You can barely hear the music, so I just look even more weird.
I can't hear any music.
There's no music.
And there's my daughter walking into view.
There's seriously no music to that?
Oh no, there is. It's quiet.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Oh my goodness.
Get your shit together.
The music is like everything. Hold on a second. Let's hold on.
I know, it's a good addition to it.
I'm sorry, guys. We need to have a movie night. You know what? All of us at Our Paranormal Podcast will show a cute little movie night. And we'll listen to all the music you guys like to listen to, and it'll be a real treat.
So I'm just going to go ahead and play this.
Original.
So that's the intro. That's
Yeah.
a badass. That's a badass intro. I like it.
Thank you. Scott did all of it.
I'm not trying to be negative here, but I'm a little upset you weren't first. And then I'm a little upset they put another Amanda first. Because I got excited when I saw Amanda. I said, that ain't your face. What's going on here? You're not even first, but you're not even the first Amanda. I mean, this is like disrespect.
You know, we kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit because, you know, Scott talked about it. And he's just like, you know, we don't want to put like me and him first before everybody because we don't want to make this seem like it's us, you know. We kind of just, you know, mix it up, and it is kind of funny to think there are going to be two Amandas. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to figure that one out. If people are talking to us, going to have to just say like,
you got to give her
the L. There we go.
Oh.
Isn't it funny how like when the kids see us and we're like filming something, it's like, oh, I gotta be in there. I gotta get in that video.
Oh yeah.
So funny.
My daughter is like, she is exactly like me. She's such an oddball. She's a little goof. Just literally my mini me. And she saw me doing that even before I started recording anything. And she's just like, I want to too. And she starts pulling it up, getting a wedgie and everything. And I'm like, I got to make a TikTok out of this. I have to. And I'm surprised nobody roasted me on TikTok, to be honest with you.
Brian, you're making me watch The Labyrinth or face the wrath of the cat balls.
I already felt the cat or the wrath of the cat balls.
You felt the
video.
I was gonna say, don't be feeling the cat now.
No, I don't have a cat.
You don't have a cat?
No, but I got two lovely poodles. And they are my life.
We have a zoo. I don't know if you see behind me right here, but there's a tank behind me.
Okay.
We have a leopard gecko. We have a bearded dragon. We have a snake. We have 2 ferrets and 3 cats.
I feel like those are what need to be the star of the TikToks.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. You know what though? Our newest cat that we have in our addition, Maximus, he's our asshole kitten that we have that I've been posting a lot of. I actually do a lot of TikToks with him. So if you do follow me on there or see my posts on my personal page, I'm sharing him a lot.
Good.
I was going to say, do I have you on Facebook, by the way? I don't even know if I do or not, to be honest with you.
I think I added you a few days ago.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So you've been observing my messed up posts that I've been having then?
No, I haven't. Oh. It was a real treat when I dove in there after I showed you the news, of course, because I didn't know what I was getting into. And
welcome to my world.
Welcome. Face first. This is great. No, yeah. So this is like kind of the countdown for like the 10 or 11 last minutes. Besides going to your Facebook, listen, y'all have to go to Facebook. Amanda Lewis, push all the attention there and consume all the content on her Facebook. But you know, like, where do people go? I mean, you got this awesome group. You got all these different projects. Where do they go? Where are the few places to click? What's going on?
Oh, what do you mean as far as places like locations to go to, or
no? Like, where do we send people that they want to consume your content, that they want to follow your story? They're excited to see more TikToks of the dances, of the different places you're going. Like, where do we send them?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. It's shameless plug time. Where can people find you and the Paranormal People and SKAR Encounters and all that?
So we have an official website. We are actually searchable on Google as well, which I'm pretty freaking proud of. So if you just go to skarencounters.com, I did a little bit of updates on that website. I built all of it from scratch on my own. You can go on there. I have a team directory on there as well that lists over 100 different, over 100 different paranormal teams that can help assist in residential cases. So if any potential client happens to cross our website in need of assistance and they see that we pretty much have decided that we're no longer handling residential cases at this time, maybe seldomly once in a while, but in other words, if there's people that are states away from us and they need to find a team that is a little bit closer to them, they can look in our team directory and locate a team. Or if they're not sure, they can always reach out to us as well, and I can certainly help them find a team. I do a lot of social networking with many different teams all over the world. So I've had other people come to me, even in the field, to ask if I can locate a team or, a medium, whatnot, to help with people. I enjoy helping people out. So aside from that, we have our Facebook page. So if you just go to SKAR Encounters, so SKAR Encounters, you can find us on there. That is also where we will have a lot of our live investigation videos. If you want to look through any of the ones in the past that we've went through with locations or stay up to date, we have it on there. Also, with our new podcast starting this Friday, we have a Facebook page for the Paranormal People, and we will be streaming the podcast on there as well as on SKAR Encounters and on the RU Media Network page. So, and also we have an Instagram. So if you want to look up SKAR Encounters on Instagram, we are on there as well. I don't fuck with Twitter. Don't want to deal with that, so we do not have a Twitter.
Twitter is kind of a pain.
I hate it. I don't want to deal with it. It's awful.
Yep. So this is the website. It's a very nice website.
Thank you.
No problem. I was going through it before. So it is. You did a good job with that.
I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I say that I started from scratch, but I went under Wix.com and I paid basically a yearly membership to build it. But, all my ideas and everything that I have listed, all of that, came solely from me and different, ideas that I had pulled up. So, I have to update that. There's no more SKAR Encounters podcast.
I like how you have a place for almost every state. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. So you did. I mean, there's websites that you can go to that have listed. You did all. That's really cool that you did that. That's a lot of time right there.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely put a lot of time into it. I know for a while I kept sharing it on our page, telling teams and people, hey, if you want to be added to it, contact me. And I would just be adding people left and right.
I've heard of that team.
There's quite a bit on there.
That's the team I'm on, the Goose's team. See if you go. See if I go to this page, then I'll leave that page, and then. Oh, anyways, so guys, go check it out. The website is in the ticker too, in case you missed the links that were shared in the comments. So I'm excited for the new podcast to come out. Welcome to the family and RU Media.
Thank you. I'm excited.
I'm disappointed that the rest of the crew couldn't come on, but I understand it's a weekday and it's hard. We all got to work and make the money because paranormal. We all know there ain't no real money in the paranormal unless
right.
Baggins.
Yeah, for sure. I know I've had people, trying to schedule podcasts with me lately, and it typically is on weekdays, and Scott works second shift during the weekdays. I only pretty much see him Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I always just go to him and be like, are you okay with it being just me? Because there's some more upcoming ones that I'm going to be a part of where it is just going to end up being me. But, of course, it's a lot more entertaining when you've got me and him together. So hopefully at some point we'll be able to get back on here and you guys will be able to be entertained by both of us instead of just my big mouth.
No, I'd love to have Scott on here. And Wednesdays is actually my only early day during the week. I work late the rest of the week. So I definitely understand. It's really cool. My work schedule is actually based around, I got this, when I got this position at my job, I was starting this podcast.
Yeah.
So it was, Wednesdays are my one and only early day, and I work late the rest of the week. And my shifts are about to get later. Oh my goodness. But good thing I like to be up late at night. Like, I don't sleep.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I run on typically about 5 to 6 hours of sleep. I don't know how I do it.
Oh, if I get 5 hours, I'm lucky. Like, I don't. It's just like it's like weird. It's like I'll be tired all damn day, and then 10 o'clock comes and boom, what? I'm wide awake.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's go do something. I'm like, let's go take the dogs for a walk. The kids are like, nah, I have to do No, I'm kidding. But, it's a bit seriously, like I'm like the only one up, and I'm like, it's nice though because I do get the house to myself. That's like my quiet time. So.
Oh yeah, that's got to be amazing. I know I have the same thing because me and my ex-husband, my daughter's dad, we basically just have joint custody. So we kind of take turns when it comes to getting her during the week and then every other weekend. So there are times during the week where I have the house absolutely to myself, and I love it. I love the quietness. I'm sure you understand too, being an empath, that you do get drained socially, just like drained entirely to the point where you need to have those moments of just like silence and not even like listening to a damn thing or like talking to anybody. There's times I actually sit down in my living room and I don't even have the TV on. I will literally just like sit in silence and just like take that in for a little bit before I go back into being social again.
Yeah, I'll sit there for a good hour or so, like just like in the nothing. Not even reading. Sit there, staring at nothingness, trying to make not even like meditating, but it's almost like a meditating state. It's just like trying to just like clear, like and then
sure.
you hear the little patter. You hear the well, that was nice while it lasted. Because
yep, exactly.
One thing, you know what the best thing is about having pets, whether if it's a cat, a dog, or a lizard. Anything you can hold, right? There's just something so calming about them. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, fish. It's like I have a buddy. He's like, oh my god, it's like a sickness. Like he has like so many fish. It's like every time I go to his house, he has a new fish tank. It's like, dude, I don't know how your floors are holding this up. It's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of like insurance risk going on right now.
Yeah.
But it's like he finds his calmness in watching these fish going around. Me, I like to lay with my fur babies and they, I don't know. It's like almost like each pet. It's like they're taking in the anxiety. I don't know. They're so
I will
wonderful.
say this hands down that I definitely feel for and care for animals a hell of a lot more than I do for humans, more than half the time. They're amazing, you know, they're just innocent little creatures. So I feel affected more when I see like animal being hurt, you know, more than I would with people half the time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm saying that and two of my cats are over here fighting.
That's right. I have one big dog, one little dog, and it's the little dog. Man, she's an old lady. The little dog, and she's feisty though. She's feisty, and it's so funny to watch them interact though, because he's like my big dog. She's like, play with me, and she's just like looks at him, like lifts her lip up, and she's like, leave me alone. It's just so fun.
Our kitten, our gray kitten, if you see him on my Facebook, I call him an asshole because he's really got that alpha male thing going on, and he always picks on Scott's cat Rue. She doesn't defend herself though. She will just like hiss at him and like run away. He beats her up and plays rough. Meanwhile, my female cat Foxy, she's like 10 times his size, and she's got that whole alpha thing going on too, and he does not fuck with her. I'm telling you what, I don't know if she beat his ass one of these days where I just didn't see it, but she can just like look at him a certain way and stand her ground, and he does not mess with her. But it's like even the ferrets, you know, he doesn't mess with our male ferret because he's gotten his butt beat up by my ferret. But our younger one, which what's that?
Ferrets are like okay. So ferrets, I don't know if anyone, Brian, have you ever had the pleasure of meeting a ferret? No. Dude, they're like awesome. This like wonderful like mixture between like a cat and a rat and a guinea pig. They're just like so cool. And the thing is that there's just like something like magical about them. They're just like they're like really like long, and you can like go like this, like play with them like a slinky.
They have slinky bodies. I call them furry noodles.
Yeah, they have the coolest like personalities though. They have the coolest little
They
personalities.
do. That's what I love about them, and that's probably why we ended up getting 2 of them, is because when they have a little buddy, they're much more happy and more fun. They are very lazy about their bathroom stuff though, so we pretty much have ours puppy pad trained. We'll have to lay out puppy pads in certain corners that we know that they're going to poop and pee. They have accidents sometimes, but we are the type of ferret parents that do not like to keep them in the cage. So they go to bed and go in their cage when we go to bed, but throughout like the afternoon and most of like the evening, like right now as I'm speaking, they're sleeping somewhere, like probably under the couch, or just like they'll be playing around, doing their thing. I prefer it that way. Of course, I have to deal with picking up more poop and stuff when it's that way, but I like to see them being able to have that freedom rather than being in a cage. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I had a friend. He had ferrets, and they had their own room in his apartment. And not only did they have their own room, they had their own drawer in the kitchen.
Oh, yep. My boy ferret, he's doing that lately. We actually had to buy one of those child locks on our kitchen cabinet because ever since he discovered how to open it, he takes out all the Ziploc bags and trash bags, and he like scatters them all over the floor, puts them under the couch. Like he's all about stealing stuff because that's what ferrets do. But we had to get a child lock, and he will sit there and his stubborn ass will just like bite on the child lock and scratch at the door. He's basically ruining our cabinet, but it's okay. It needs to get replaced anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did too. They locked up all the other cabinets except for they felt bad, so they just left one drawer, just like, you know what, we'll give you a drawer.
Yep.
So
they're very fun. Our younger one, Dahlia, Maximus, he likes to pick on her, and because she's small. She's a really small ferret. I'm pretty sure she's a runt because she's 2 years old and still looks like a baby. But he will actually like grab a hold of her and bite on her neck like he's a ferret playing with her. And I'll feel bad, but one thing that like people don't really know much about ferrets is like they have really tough skin as much as they have strong Wolverine teeth. So when they're biting us, they can draw blood and not even realize they're really hurting us. And so when they're getting bit by another ferret, when they're playing, they bite each other's neck to the point where it makes their neck red, and they still like aren't in pain. Like their skin is that thick. So even though I feel bad for Maximus doing that to Dahlia, is feeling this shit.
I know that.
Fun fact of ferrets for the night.
You heard it here, folks. Cat balls, furry noodles.
You'll get educated. Just watch my personal Facebook page. You'll get more than enough of that.
You'll be enlightened.
Oh, what's going on?
How dare you show your back to me?
Come on, you know this movie, right? Come on, your character's name's Maximus.
Oh, I see why you're putting that up. I'm getting the reference now. That's awesome.
My name is Gladiator.
My name's Gladiator.
How dare you show your back to me? Slave!
It's such a badass name. I love the name Maximus. I told myself if I'm not going to have a son named Maximus, then I'm going to have a damn cat named Maximus.
Right? Here, this is it.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, father of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a
I always
murdered
forget to
wife.
do this.
And I will have my vengeance,
I will have my vengeance.
this life or the next.
Yes. Sorry.
No, that's such a good scene. I love it. It's been a while since I've seen the movie too.
Oh. Brian's like, I have no clue. Brian, we need to have a movie night. You need to have a movie night. Like I need to go over there to your house one night, and I need to bring like my DVD collection. Yes, I still have DVDs. Do you have a DVD player?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have a PlayStation or an Xbox? Yep, you got a DVD player.
We're getting the new one, baby.
What? What? That's crazy. How are you getting the new one? Are you like
I already got 3 controllers.
it's sold out?
Damn.
It's insane. I don't know why they sent the controllers first, but
Where'd you order it from?
so it was terrible. This Ant Online. I definitely got ripped off. I definitely got scammed, but it was on the sites that kind of aggregated.
Paid way too much money for it, is what I'm hearing.
Well, yeah, because there are only bundles left. But I think I got scammed because I don't think I'm gonna get it. I think they're just gonna keep my money. But they were on the sites that aggregated all the stuff like Walmart and Best Buy, and then they had Ant Online. So I went with it. So
you took the risk. You rolled the dice, and
hopefully, scary games on PS5. I'm telling you, real ghost hunters play real scary games. Sean's gonna come over. Scary game Saturday.
I feel like my son would be lucky to get a PS4 for Christmas. That's all.
You know, I have, I don't even know which one I have. I think it's PlayStation 4. I haven't touched it in a while. I'm not really much of a gamer. Like, I'm okay with watching other people play games, and I love watching people play games like Resident Evil, for instance. But I am a wimp when it comes to playing those kind of games. Like, I can't do it. My anxiety goes up, so I just don't do it.
So, like, my personal paranormal group, which is called Your Paranormal, we do Scary Game Saturday. Real Ghost Hunters play real scary games. And Sean came over to my house, and we filmed some scary game action. And it's pretty great.
That's awesome.
We got Sean's reactions. And
we don't have? Oh, that's right. 'Cause I keep on trying to load it up, and it's too big of a file for StreamYard.
Yeah, but I could find little cuts.
Do you have clips that you can on the YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, if I can, I don't even know how to. Do I just hit share screen?
Yeah, go to share, but you have to make sure when you do it, click share screen. You have to hit share audio. It's a very small square on the very bottom left corner. See that?
So I hit share screen,
share audio, and you go to if you use, I don't know, the only option it gives me application window or Chrome tab. Oh, okay, show it all.
All right.
Take it all off.
Look at this picture. Can you guys see Sean right here? He was frozen.
What? He's like
when he left, I screenshotted that. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, so funny. So.
We're in. That was not there when you look at that.
Oh.
So we got Shawn the Legend over here. Scary Games Saturday. Real ghost hunters play real scary games. Oh yeah, he's looking fresh. Yeah, but
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a little clip.
It's a lot of fun.
Is that new Ghost Hunter game? I forget what it's called. That's on Twitch.
No, I told Shawn, and Shawn's been yelling at me. We need to do it. And actually, yes, Shawn and I are working on Outlast. But since the game's like 6 to 8 hours to complete, we only got like an hour or two in. Yeah. So we played 3 little scary games and then started on Outlast. So we're working. No, it's not the ghost hunting game, but we're gonna get to that.
That was the game that I was thinking of. Yep.
I know.
I know. I saw about that. Yeah, we're gonna. Don't worry.
We're getting to it. I promise.
No one told me that was there. Is that their whole show? Like, I don't think it did.
Shawn, when do we have to get off soon for the whatever show coming on?
You know what? I don't know when that new show's starting. There is a new show that's coming on Wednesdays. I don't even know if it's been announced. But we should probably get in the habit of being done on time.
I was going to say we're running on about 6 minutes over. I got to put my daughter to bed here, and my stomach is hurting. I need a cheeseburger or something. So
little Taco Bell.
Yeah, I know. That actually does sound good right now, but that might make my stomach more upset.
We eat probably too much Taco Bell in my house, so we have it probably at least once every other week.
Oh my gosh. Whew. I feel like I eat spaghetti too much. That's one thing that I eat a lot of, and I'm getting hungry even thinking about it.
That's what we had for dinner.
You've got cat balls, furry noodles. If you can just say one last thing, one last message to the paranormal community, your fans, everything, what's the last message you got for them?
Furry noodle cat balls.
Besides that, Shawn, I prefaced before that. Besides,
I just put it all together because then you got the noodle and the balls. It's like the whole thing together.
Yeah, no, that's.
And they're hairy.
I guess what I could say is kind of sort of what I posted a little bit earlier. Just when it comes to especially being in this field, just learn to be a good person, or just be a good person in general, but be a good person, support other people. Don't just talk para-unity, be about it, show it, just be genuine, be real. Don't pretend to be somebody that you're not. I do find that the more real that you are, the more you are going to have real people in return developing friendships with you and supporting you. And you want more of that than you want the people that cause issues in your life. So that will be my advice for the night.
It's all there. Listen, this is paranormal gold for the last 2 hours.
For sure.
You can't get any better than that. So
agreed.
Amanda, thank you so much. I mean, it's like we definitely rang a lot of things that I can relate with. I love how you're definitely out there to learn and learn from other people, and you're open to that. And that's one thing I've always kind of tried to push. So thank you for that. Sure. I really look forward, guys. Check out her new podcast right here on RU Media Network, Paranormal People.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on the show.
Hey, no
appreciate
problem.
you, Amanda.
Appreciate you, Amanda. You have a great night and a great rest of your week. You stay safe and healthy out there, okay?
All right. Thank you. Have a good night, you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. This paranormal adventure that we're all on, it connects us. This is our paranormal community. This is our Paranormal Podcast with your host, Sean Gilmore.
He's worked in the paranormal field for 10 years.
He's a part of 2 paranormal teams.
His passion is creating para-unity.
With your host, Brian Mersel.
He's worked in the paranormal field for 7 years.
He leads his own paranormal team.
He wants to help people start their paranormal adventure or grow their existing one. This is our paranormal adventure. This is our paranormal community. This is our paranormal podcast.
It's about supporting. It's about making para-unity a real thing, because we all need to support each other within our community, and that's what the show has always been about.